Hey, I'm Jim the GM, and this is our Technodyssey game, our second episode. And I've got three guys with us, the four of us together, like it's always going to be. Yes, always and forever. Uh, I guess. Sorry, guys.
Hey,
This is what
I
education
love it.
does to me.
I
I've
love it.
got Josh, Matt, and Mitch with me. And guys, go ahead and introduce who you are and who your characters are. And then so we'll go Josh, Matt, and or Josh, Mitch, Matt, and then Matt's going to do a recap for us. Go ahead, Josh.
All right, so I'm Josh, and like last time, I've been playing tabletop RPG games kind of on and off for the past 3 or so years. I've been GMing for that long as well, and I am playing in our campaign Laura Vasa, and she is an afflicted woman, meaning she has a special connection to the magic of our world, and to some, she's considered sick. To others, they want her for her power to be a human slave or human battery. But for the longest time, she's been living in the outlands outside of the cities in a small mining town. And for a living, she does junk and scrap trading.
Cool.
Go ahead,
Um,
Mitch.
yeah, I'm Mitch, school teacher way up in Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada. I'm the rookie of the group. I've only been role playing for, well, it'll be a year, September 4th, I think. So it's coming up. And been GMing for most of that, just dabbling in the player side of things recently. So that's been fun. I'm playing Nock the Lion Nilak. He is a gladiator. Yeah, gladiator kind of brawler. He's a very loyal character. Friends and family come first, well, his friends are his family, and he will go to any ends to make sure that they are going to be safe and protected, even when they don't want him to necessarily. That's just kind of how he works. Um, he's not the brightest bulb in the pack, but he is charismatic. He knows how to get the crowd going. He loves feeding off of that. So I did knock up his melee with the experience from last session, so hopefully I'll actually be able to hit something. That is my goal, is to actually land a hit this time. So yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
I'm
And Matt.
Yep. So I'm Matt. I'm playing Nicole Crane. He's a technomancer who was trained at the university. So instead of being able to kind of use magic inherently, he creates tiny little machines that can harness the magic of this world and use it um, as he sees fit. He's a little bit of an eccentric and a little bit kind of a know-it-all. I like to think of it as kind of like Dr. Livingston, where he's just walking through the jungle, unbeknownst to everyone else. And so last session, we kind of flashed forward. So we've been uh, doing things as a group for about 6 months ish, and I got
Actually,
a
I'm going to take that since this is a two-parter for me. No time has passed.
okay. So what I'm saying, like at the beginning of the episode last time, at the first session, we kind of fast forwarded, and then we'll do some flashback episodes probably later.
Oh
But
yeah.
anyway,
Oh yeah. Thanks.
yep. So I got a note from a kid, and it was pretty cryptic. So I called my friends up. We met, and Nock was in the arena taking care of business, doing his mech fight thing, and Laura was cheering him on, and so I had to go look for them at the Caesar Coliseum, if I remember correctly. Um, so we met up, and I showed him my note, and it was from our other counterpart, Baron Hawk, um, and basically it was pretty cryptic, but we were able to make out that he had gotten into a bit of a scrape, and he was laying low. Um, but we were entrusted with the information of like a rival gang, if you will, had possession of an artifact that we needed for our contact, someone that had been hiring us in the past, because called, was it candy cherry candy, chocolate cherry,
Cherry candy.
Cherry candy. Yeah.
There you go.
Chocolate cherry.
Yep. So we went on the search for that, and we, kind of followed the trail and led us to the rival gang's headquarters called the Researchers. So we kind of covertly, surreptitiously busted into one of their offices, and lo and behold, a fight broke out. Big shocker there. And we managed to jump from the window of the office building we were in onto an adjacent rooftop with many clever rolls. And so we got out of there with some info. We headed back to our hideout and deciphered what we had. And then we were on our way to, I believe it was a library. Is that correct? To try and to get more info and potentially hunt down the person who had this box. And then we were accosted by basically the city guard, but they're all cybered up, so we call them bots. And he took us to town and kind of ran us off. We were able to get out of there, but just barely. So licking our wounds, we're headed back to our home base to take a breather, and then see where we go from there. Is that good?
Wonderful. Wonderful. So y'all have been able to get a single night's rest. So that means heal all strain in one wound.
Sweet. Oh, yeah, no strain. And at one wound? No, that works for me. I got one.
And you've got a bit of a situation. Based off of Baron's notes, he had said that he had been following them for a while, watching what the organization had been doing, seeing them. He'd gotten a glimpse of this box and found it important, and about every 3 days they traded off. So you know that the last trade-off was about 3 days ago at this point, because when you got the note, it had been 2 days since Baron had been jumped while following them. So the last location, you know where the trade-off happened, and maybe by going there, you might be able to find some more information, or you may be able to just maybe where the trade-off happened is where it's where they're supposed to be. But that's really the lead that you've got right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the guy we were looking for was named John Studdy, and he had and I think we were headed toward some type of library or wherever he was, wherever the drop was at. Is that right?
Right.
Or a distributor.
Say what?
I can't remember exactly. Well, where were we heading? Was it a distributor, like a factory, a library?
Yeah, it's a bit of it's more of a, you know that there's a loading dock. It's more of a warehouse type setting. But you do know as well that John Studdy was the last one who had it, and that's why you went to his office to see if you could get some information.
Right.
Baron wasn't able to tell you who they gave it to. He was obviously jumped before he got to find out.
Okay, so I guess we're heading out to the last known location of the Professor Steen's box.
Okay, so it's only been 1 day, and you guys, you got a bit of a situation because you know that one of the suppression force, the bots, you did run into them. You didn't check to see if you'd killed them completely. You just took things off of them and ran. So
Yeah, and I got his glove, I do believe. Yeah.
that's right. Got his glove. So with that, do you have a plan? Or how would you like to get there? Do you want to, I mean, you could order a car. You could Uber over there if you wanted to. You could.
How far are our faces out there? Like, are we posted up on screens? Like, do they know our faces?
They do not know. Oh, they know your faces, They've probably got some recording of you, at least from the break-in originally, when you broke into John Studdy's office. But you don't know whether or not you never checked to see if the bot had any recording equipment on him.
So there isn't anything on the news about us, but that doesn't mean that they're not they don't have it out.
Oh no, like the crime is a big deal. What you guys did necessarily is probably small fries in comparison to the great crime lords in Sovereign, but it was something enough for somebody to start taking notice.
Okay.
Yeah, traveling by foot probably isn't the best option. Do we own a vehicle? Like, we haven't really discussed that. Like, do we have one stashed at where we live in our hideout? Do we have a means of transportation?
Excellent question.
Let's say that for now, let's say no.
Okay.
I mean, we could get a driver. Doesn't seem unreasonable.
Yeah, held down a taxi for us all and try to be as inconspicuous as possible. At least that's what Lord would want to do at this moment in time.
Yeah.
In fact, if you wanted to, you could spend a story point and say that there's a regular guy that you call on in a very Constantine kind of way.
Our wheelman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't own a vehicle, but you know a guy who does.
Yeah, maybe I got to hook up from the arena. Like, I got a guy that comes and picks me up, drives me around.
Yeah, if you want to spend a story point, man, you guys got that.
I like that.
I say we flip it. Let's go ahead and do it.
You're like,
Yeah, that's worth it.
That's worth it.
Cool. So, Mitch, since you flipped the story point, tell me about this driver. Who's our driver?
Okay, the driver. You know, it's funny, Matt, because Matt's like my go-to random name for minions, or like in case that show up. I don't know. I got to always Matt, so it's funny because I can't. I feel like I should use it this time. Let's call him Ron. Ron works at the arena. He's a driver, so he picks up contestants. He knows the schedule, so he just kind of comes around and picks us up before the fight, so we can get it ready, train, whatever it is. Knock doesn't really pay attention to his schedule. He relies on Ron to be the guy that just like says, "Okay, hey man, I'm here. Get in the car. Time to go." So that's kind of he has a very dependent relationship in that sense with Ron. The vehicle that they use for transportation for the gladiators, they have it rigged up. It looks kind of like a chariot, but so it's like the sides. It's reminiscent of like old classic chariots that they've read about in books in history archives and those kind of things. It's enclosed and has like a roof and windows, but it just kind of has like a chariot-ish kind of look, and the front forms up into like the head of a horse. It's very probably more catchy than we want it to be, but hey, it's kind of how it works with the arenas. So, yeah.
Cool. So, when do you want Ron to pull up?
So I imagine like we kind of had a discussion like the night before we got back, we passed out, and then we kind of probably have hashed out the plan that we need to get back to this location and try to scout it out, find people, or try to find this box. So whatever that discussion looked like, I think Knock would have just hopped on the phone or the comms or whatever they used to say, like, "Hey, Ron, we need you to pick us up. You need to take us across town to this location." So I'd say he's probably en route. We're good to go.
Cool. So Ron comes pulling up, and literally outside of your house, or outside of your hideout, you know it's him because when he honks that horn, you hear as if that chariot driver is pulling back on the reins real hard to make those horses stop. And you look outside, and there is your absolutely chariot-themed sedan ready to just pick you up. The window rolls down smoothly. Ron leans over from out the driver's side window, and he's like, "Hey, hey, get in! I can come in."
Yeah, I think Knock would walk up and they'd probably have like some kind of handshake, because he's a charmer. He like to keep the relationships and people on his good side. Because he's cashing favors whenever he can, kind of thing. So he's a schmoozer. Schmoozer? Is that the right word?
Schmoozer, yeah.
Yeah. So walks up and probably like some kind of handshake, and like, "What's up, bro? My man. Thanks for the lift."
No problem. No problem. Oh, life gets crazy when you start calling. Oh. So,
Yeah. Hopefully it's not too exciting today. We're not going to be, it's not to the pits. We got to get dropped off. We're going to visit, I guess you could call him a friend. Well,
another one of those, huh?
yeah, we'll
Okay.
keep it off the books.
Yeah, no problem. I noticed you weren't on the books in the first place. You're not scheduled for another couple of days. So, and you hear him go. The window starts rolling up, and you hear, "Yeah!" as he gears down. So where to? And he just starts driving. And as he's going slowly as people start moving out of the way, getting out of this more tightly packed street until he can get out onto a bigger thoroughfare.
And then I think Knock would turn to Nicola and kind of give him a nod, like, "You need to tell this guy where we're going," because I didn't pay that close attention.
Okay. So yeah, Nikolai will pull out his. It's like almost like a floating HUD on top of a little bar, and it's basically like a GPS. And he'll punch in some coordinates based on the information we got off of Mr. Study to this warehouse, the last known location of the box. I'll give
Wonderful.
it to the driver.
And he's gonna drive. And he goes, "Oh yeah, okay, I can get you there. I can get you there." And he starts going through the road. There's lots of traffic all over the place. You're watching the lights go by. It's a basic city montage until you feel the vehicle start slowing down. You go, "Hey, guys, think you might have a problem?" And he starts slowing down a bit. You can tell that he's not pulling off to the side to stop and let you off. He's kind of staying in the road. And as you pull by, he goes, "Looks like you got two guys right over there at about 3:00. And he's still going kind of slow. He goes, "You want me to stop here?"
They're tailing us?
Now he points over to like really right at the front doors of this warehouse, and there's two armed guards.
Okay. Oh, we were there. Okay.
No, drive past and pull over like 2 blocks down.
"Gotcha, Chief." And he goes a block over, turns, goes 2 blocks down there, and he pulls over into Cabby Lane. "Well," and he turns around, puts an arm over his seat, looks at you, and goes, "Well, do you want me to wait for you? I think this is not really an inconspicuous vehicle, but I'd be happy to. You know me."
Laura reaches for the handle of the door and she looks over to him. This time her eyes are covered with some shades, and she says, "We'll call you when we need you." And she has a very monotone voice about her.
"All right, Laura, whatever you want. And then looking back as everybody's getting out, looks back over at Knock, and he's like, "So am I waiting or not?"
Nah, you better get out of here, buddy. You don't want to get caught up in, our friends.
Gotcha. And he reaches out the hand and he goes, "Good luck. Oh, and good luck here too, man." And you watch him just jump back into traffic, and it's zooming.
I picture like a Pope mobile, but with a horse on the front.
That's nice.
I like it. Okay, so now we're here. We're a couple blocks down. We know there's guards out front. So Neither are any of us stealthy. I don't think I got any. I'm not a very stealthy dude. More just a head down, rush in kind of guy.
No, but I can. I mean, I can look at like Google Maps and get the lay of the building.
Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. Maybe try to
Yes.
pull up some schematics. You could like roll for try to get some schematics of the building layout.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Maybe roll computers.
Where are you accessing from?
Just my. Let's just say I have a regular data pad.
And you're trying to download a building's blueprints?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. So this is going to be a hard check.
Okay. So 3.
Yes, 3 purples.
Anybody want to help me out? Is anybody
Oh yeah, I'm right there, encouraging over your shoulder, like
encouraging me? Okay,
Encouraging.
cool.
You got this. Pat you on the back.
Come on, buddy.
That's how we all help out when we don't have any ability in that skill.
Yeah.
shoulder rub, like you got this, man.
Okay. So was that
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and spend a story point, put some back in yours, and let's upgrade that. A red and 2 purples.
That's a bummer. Do I get a blue from his encouragement?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. All right.
All right. So that's a failure and an advantage. So as you're trying to get into it and get this blueprint, you're having to struggle and you're not able to quite get it. Luckily, you're careful. You're careful enough so that you don't trip any alarms or let any kind of security know that you're trying to get hold of these blueprints.
Okay.
But
Is that my advantage? Is that the spending of the advantage was not getting caught?
No, you'd have gotten caught if you'd have gotten threats.
Okay. So maybe my advantage is like I don't get exactly what I want, but I maybe I can get like a picture of a back door or something like that.
Okay. So so the way that we can make this look is that as you're going in for that, as you're going in to try to get the blueprints, it's like the eye in the sky. There's the city. There's the district. There's the block. There's the building, and you can see the building. And then as you're trying to go a step further, enhance it. You just can't get to that next code. But from that overhead view that you've got, you can see that there is there looks to be an alleyway behind it. Like in that, if you go around from the back side of the block, there's a narrow alleyway that's used more for trash. You can see the dumpster. You can see it real small. You can see that the cars that you get from the overhead image are not wide enough to fit through this alleyway.
Okay. And sorry, do we know kind of what this building is for? Like what the front is at least? Like if we were to approach from the front of the building, like is it if we're trying to talk our way in, do we kind of know what they're using the building for at least?
Absolutely. So as you pass the front of the building, it says Davis's Wares, and it's got the 2 armed guards. And under Davis's Wares, you can see on the R there's a chef's hat kind of leaning over, and the V is made up of a fork and a knife pointing up 2 different directions. And Davis, it looks like part of it is made up of a turkey leg. It looks like it's used for food catering. It's a kind of warehouse for storing all of the goods that they need for that. Probably got some kitchens in there.
With armed guards. Okay.
With armed guards.
Got to protect the produce.
Look out.
You guys don't keep armed guards in your kitchen? Weird. Okay. So yeah, let's scope out the alleyway, see what we can see.
Yeah, sounds good to
was
me.
this like an old picture? Is this like a
no, this is not an old picture. This is real time.
It's real time. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, okay. So we're heading close towards the building, trying to get into the back alley access to go around the back of the building. That's the plan.
Cool. In the back, you see 2 more guards.
Of course.
So there's 2 more guards. You can see that there's a ramp to go down for a large sort of a trailer truck to back down in for a ramp for them to load and unload on, with 2 raised sides, and one side has a set of stairs on the right. The other side is just changed a raised platform that you'd have to climb up onto to get there. It's only really about 5 feet up, so it would take you like difficult terrain. It would take 2 moves to get up, or 2 maneuvers to get all the way up to the top of that, rather than being able to go just from short to engaged at that point. It would take you 2 maneuvers to climb it. And at the top, there's a metal door that you can use garage door style, and then a single door off to the right.
Have they noticed us? We're kind of like sneaking around. We peek around the corner. We see them, or like have we just walked out in front of them?
As it stands right now, they have not noticed you.
Yeah, I say we at least chill for a minute, try and come up with something. Like we could distract them. We could nonchalantly walk up like we own the place. We could attack.
Knock,
I guess.
I have a play that's kind of rolling around in my head. Knock's been like he's thinking, like there's guards, there's 2 out front. It's a catering business, and so he's been rolling this plan is kind of like flopping around in his head. He's thinking, he could walk up as a distraction and just like, I'm the lion and I want to throw in a party. So like I'm just gonna like try to walk. Like I could just try to walk in the front door. Like I'm just going in there to put up some catering, and then if the guards stop me, I can try to, cause enough of a scene that maybe I can draw the attention of everybody.
Okay. So from where you are to in this back alley, it's enough room for you to obviously see that a truck's going to be able to drive around in through here. So from where you are at this alley to where they are, it's going to be long range.
To get back to the front of the building?
No. To get from where you are at the alleyway to the loading ramp.
Okay, because I was thinking about going back around to the front and like just trying to walk in as a customer. Like the front door, the guards are there, but I'm just going to try to walk in. And then if they don't let me in, I can try to like throw a celebrity fit. Like I'm not really anybody yet, but I can act like I think I am and just like throw a fit out front and try to draw them, cause a scene.
Okay, so your plan is to try to distract them from the front of this warehouse?
Yeah, like because if we're in the back, and like we don't know how many guards are in there, I guess. But I was thinking if I go to the front entrance, try to just walk right in, that might be successful. But if they try to stop me, then I can just start like flipping out. Not like
how dare you?
Yeah, like do you know who I am? And just start like.
Well, do you think that'll pull the guards from the rear of the building?
If I get like wild enough, I don't know. I just spitball. Or we could try it from the back door too and just see. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. We could cause an explosion on the other end of the alley. And if they go check it out, we'll sneak in.
That could work. Fire in the dumpster.
Oh my god, that's an amazing idea.
You're like, this is perfect.
It's like, yeah, because Nick just whip something together, fling it in the dumpster, boom, fire. Guards go over to inspect it, and we can either knock them on the back of the head or just run into the building.
Yeah. I don't know if I can. So, how far is the other end of the alley? Like super duper long range?
Oh no! Like if you go to the back end of the alley, no, it's not. It's only just long range to get to the other end of the alley.
Okay, and they're in the middle of it. So, okay.
Who's in the middle of it?
So, so we're on one end, and then there's another end to this alley. Are they in the middle, or are they more?
No. So here's your map.
Ooh, a map.
Don't get too excited. I'm drawing this by hand right now.
Yeah, I keep a whiteboard and I just sprawl out things as my players do them too. Mostly.
That's a good idea.
All right. You guys are the X and they are the O.
Okay.
Here's the alley where you are. Here's the back of the building. That's where the loading dock is. That's what the loading dock looks like. This is the side alley where the truck comes in, turns around, is able to back in.
Okay. And we have a dumpster somewhere. You mentioned.
Absolutely, it's a trash alley.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, if we start a fire where the truck entrance is on the caddy corner side, they may be able to. They may go check that out.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's
try and sneak up those stairs.
So this is your trash alley here. So you're gonna get a dumpster from here to here.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Maybe we can.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Try to. I mean, depending on how. Obviously, the dumpsters probably wouldn't be bolted down, obviously, so we can probably push a dumpster down there. But then again, it'd probably be pretty loud, so.
What are we starting the fire with? Just like one of your devices?
Oh, I have a lighter.
Okay. So Nock's just gonna, as we're sitting there, we're talking in the alley. I'm like he's getting impatient. He's starting to get twitchy. So he's gonna grab like a roll of garbage, like paper that he's gonna use, and then he takes the lighter from you. He lights it up, and then he's gonna run from where we are, and he's just gonna start running across to where that other alley is, like on the kitty corner. Yeah, so from the X, he's just going to start running. He's going to run in front of the guards, waving this thing, yelling obscenities at them.
Laura face palms.
Oh,
I got this. And he just lights it, and he just goes.
So he's running at them with like flaming toilet paper.
I'm going to run by them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
you're going to run by. Okay.
Where the truck would come in, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So here's what we'll do. Okay? So we said that from the alley to where they are is extreme, right? And the alley length of the alley from where you are to the back of the main street is just long. So let's say that you make it from extreme to long range, within long range of them before they're like, what the crap?
So I have my fleet
this is
of
going to go really well.
for my free movement maneuver, right? So I can move. I got my fleet of paw to like get some extra movement in there. So then I got my 2 moves, maneuvers in there, so I can move and then move again for free.
We're not in initiative yet.
Oh, we're just talking about. Sorry, you're using ranges. That was okay. So I'm just running out. I get about halfway through. Is that what you're saying? And then they see me.
No, you make it from extreme to long, so you still got long, medium, short, engaged. 5 maneuvers until you would get to them.
Okay.
Basically, he's saying it's like a 2-minute run to get to them.
And you're definitely not starting at extreme now, but you make it like you start running, they're like, wait, what is that? That's a guy with flaming toilet paper. And at about that time, you've made it that much closer to them already. And you look at them, and they're both beside the garage door. And one of them, the one that you can see, the one on the right, starts coming down the steps. And you see him pop up his visor, and he's like, hey, you! Get out of here right now!
And then I stop and go, yeah? Come and make me! And I keep running towards the other side.
Okay. So then let's roll initiative.
Of course.
Oh, yeah? Come and make me. And I'm almost certain that you guys aren't going to... So what'll happen here is it's going to be vigilance from Nock.
Okay.
But Laura and Nicola, you both could roll cool if you wanted to.
I think I'll stick with vigilance still.
I got a feeling that y'all aren't going to sit there. You're going to be like, okay, great. Yeah.
I'm going to roll cool because I'm like, what is this idiot doing? There we go.
Wow, that was a really good roll.
Where did they go?
Oh, I didn't hit the initiative button. Oh, well. Or special rolls. There we go.
Nicola, Matt, Mitch. Okay. Flip that. That one. Whoa. Okay.
You gotta add one more smiley dude.
Oh, I didn't roll initiative. Okay. Yeah,
Okay. I was like, Mitch?
I just rolled. Should I just re-roll with initiative then? Or do you want me to
Yeah, roll it with the roll initiative.
roll? That was slightly better.
There you go. All right. So there are 2 PC slots, an NPC, and a PC.
Okay, so how far am I to this from the X where I was to the alley where I was trying to get to?
Right now, you are just long range from that alley.
Long range. Okay, so take me 2 maneuvers. I remember. It takes
2
one
maneuvers to get to medium.
to get to medium. Okay. So I think now I'm trying to play this out. I'm trying to get them to both chase me. Yeah. So I think what I do is I keep running, yelling like, "Yeah, come on, you can't catch me," and then just like I'm just making it up as it goes, right? So he's just throwing out random accusations and challenges, and I'm gonna use a maneuver to move in my fleet of paw for that second maneuver to get from long to medium, and then I'll use my action to move from medium to short.
All right. From where you are, okay. So from there, you're gonna be medium from these guys.
Okay.
Cool.
So
Next
now,
PC.
how hostile? Like, because I'm not like being like, how hostile are they gonna be towards me?
You don't know yet. You said come and get me and kept running, and their initiative will come up here in a minute.
Okay.
Are you leading them back to us? What
No,
are you running past them?
I'm like way across. I'm like almost across the whole parking lot now to the other side of the building.
Oh, okay.
They should have their back to you, theoretically, looking at me, moving towards me. If I drew both of them, I don't even know if I got both of them.
They haven't had a chance to act yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Take aim, Laura. Use your new power glove.
Me and Nicola still at extreme, right? Or are we at like long now?
So from where they are over there, they're still at the dock, so they're still going to be extreme.
Well, in that case, I'll just use my maneuver and downgrade my action and just start moving toward them. Take those 2 maneuvers to get the long, and that'll be it. As Laura just starts casually walking down that alley.
Okay. Sweet. All right. So you start walking down that alley, and let's see. What is your agility?
My agility is 2.
Better yet, what's your cool?
My cool is also just 2 green.
All right. Here we go. So they are. I'm going to roll real quick a perception roll or a vigilance roll that they've got, and their vigilance roll is against your cool because you're over there just being like, I'm supposed to be here. And there's a dude over there with toilet. And because of the situation, he's over there with that toilet paper. I'm going to give them that flaming toilet paper, and he's trying to cause that distraction. I'm going to give him a black.
All right.
So, yeah, they fail. They got 2 failures and 3 advantages. So with those 2 failures, they're like, Get him! And you've totally succeeded at distracting them, Knock. And with those 3 advantages, though, you've done such a good job of getting their attention that it's going to give them a single blue on their attack.
Yeah.
So they look over and they are ready to, try to do their normal shoot to kill thing. And you see them and you watch both of these guys take a knee. One's up on the ramp, one's right below the ramp, right, and one they both take a knee and shoot, and things get nasty. So you're at medium range from them,
Crazy.
and they.
Shoot first, ask questions later. Maybe they just started clubbing me to death or something.
I wish they would club you to death. That'd be a whole lot easier.
Do I got any defense here? Let me see.
Do you have any range defense?
I'm looking. I have 1 range defense.
Perfect. And here comes their shot.
Guys, be with me.
A failure with an advantage.
Woo. Okay.
Oh, I owe you a blue. A failure with 2 advantages. So what's going to happen is with that shot, you can see that as the shots ring out, it's not necessarily it's not bullets. They're not shooting to kill; they're shooting to stun you.
Oh,
And with those 2 advantages, though, that recognition of it is going to cause you to have a black dice on your next roll.
okay.
PC slot.
Okay. So they're facing toward him. She's moving there. There's no way I can get to them. So I'm just going to follow behind Laura. I'm going to duck down. I am in no way making a stealth roll, but I'm going to, like I'm wearing like a long lab coat looking thing. So I'm going to like flip my collar up next to my head and like try and cover myself and tippy toe after her. And I'll do 2 maneuvers.
Love it. PC slot.
I'll go ahead and take this first one.
Yep.
So since I'm at long now, I'm just going to take 1 maneuver to move, then I'll take 2 strain and move again to get to medium.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use quick draw to take out my pistol as an incidental.
Gotcha.
And I'll just fire at the guys.
Pew pew.
While,
Go for it.
while they're distracted.
Can you get a bonus die because they're both distracted back staring to him?
The bonus die that has already basically been used for the black die that you provided.
Oh, right. Okay.
All right.
You know what? Sure. Go for it. Use the blue die.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
I listen to a lot of the Dice for Brains podcasts, and the one player Joe Roshu always milking those boost die.
All right.
So that is 9 damage.
9.
Girl can shoot.
So she whips out her pistol and just fires. Bullet rips across the alleyway and hits one of them in the back.
And you kill that one.
Then with that advantage, she's very calm at this moment, and so she'll recover a strain.
Nice. Next PC.
You good if I take this, Matt, or you want to go?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
We'll
so
see what they got.
I'm at medium range.
You're at medium range, correct.
Okay.
And you've got a black dice on your roll.
Right. From medium to short, I need 2 maneuvers to get to engage. Correct? Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go maneuver and then fleet of paw to engage. So I'm just gonna stop where I am, drop the toilet paper, and I'm gonna turn on my heel and just charge this guy. Now that I know that Laura is engaging, so I just stop, turn. My claws come out because that's the. Oh no, never mind. I don't have claws. Wrong character. Sorry. I'm only half cat. Yeah, I engage and I just start throwing fists at this guy. I didn't have time to draw my weapons. I've already taken. So,
Perfect.
Go brawl.
So
Got a black, and then my
2 purples.
2 purple. My brawl is yellow and 2 green, purple, black. Good. Oh, yeah.
Nice. So how much with 5 successes? What's the wounds?
So my brawn is 3 plus that 5. 8 damage. 2 threat though.
Nice. And you drop the second one while there's still that flaming toilet paper behind you as you landed on top of this guy.
Yeah. I imagine it's like more like one super punch.
Where do you go from here?
So now they're done. We're out of combat, right? Is that okay? Do they?
Are we out of combat?
You are.
Okay.
Knox?
Do we notice any cameras or anything on the around us on the wall of the building?
Go ahead and make perception rolls.
Ooh.
Don't let me forget that I want to rifle through this guy and see if like look for walkie-talkie.
Oh, sorry.
Cool. So then, if you're making a perception roll to do that, go right ahead. If you're looking through this guy's stuff, go ahead and make a perception roll for that.
Okay.
Well, they're doing now. Laura's going to holster her pistol, and she's going to turn back toward the door they were standing behind, and she's going to check to see if it's open.
All right. When you check to see if it's open, it is not, and you can. There's not a key slot or anything in the door, but there is oddly for what this place says it's supposed to be, there is a nice key card slide with a combination number beside the door.
Seeing that, she looks over to Knock as he's looking through these guys' stuff. She says, "Check to see if you can find a key card in a passcode or something."
On it.
Cool. You can have a blue dice added to that beat since you know that you're looking for that.
Okay, and what was my difficulty, sorry?
Difficulty on this is going to just be 1 purple.
Okay, so I got a yellow, 2 green, a blue, and a purple. I fail miserably with 2 advantage.
Oh, you are looking over this guy's body and you find nothing. Like, there is this gun. It's nice. It's let's see, what gun is it? It's not bad, but it definitely looks like something that the researchers use. So it's more in line with. Let me get to it. Yeah. It's. Where did it go? It's a gun that you can use back and forth for stun and damage, and I just cannot find it for the life of me. I'll tell you when I find it.
Okay. So yeah, Knock picks up the rifle. He looks at Laura. He's like, I got nothing. Is this your style? He kind of holds the gun up to her.
Hmm. She looks over the gun. Is it more pistol or a rifle?
More rifle.
No, she looks at it. She says, "I don't think I could carry that thing. I mean, it looks longer than my arm." And she takes out her arm and waves it.
Yeah, and then Knock will reply like, "Yeah, I didn't think so." But I think, is it cool if I sling it over my shoulder just in case? Like, I have okay range. Not really a ranged fighter. But
This weapon does not have a sling on it, but you can keep it.
Yeah, he just stops. I can run fast. Yeah, so he just kind of palms up. You got nothing.
Then Laura just turns back to the door and she stares at it underneath her shades.
What are you doing over there, Neat?
Yeah, no. So I rolled already to see if there's cameras around or anything on the building.
You didn't
Oh,
have
cool.
any
That was your roll then.
Did you have difficulty for that one?
Oh, I
There's
didn't have
no
any difficulty.
cool.
Just looking around. I
So
guess.
do this. Just roll a single purple for me.
So
Perfect.
one success.
So you've got one success. Looking around, it looks like there is a single camera that is up in the corner above Laura's head, and it's pointed at the dock as if it's meant to look at the back of the trucks when they back up.
Hmm.
So right now, the only one that'd be in that camera would be Laura because she's by the door, or it'll be all of us.
It would actually be you, Knock, because Laura would be under the camera.
Can I put one hand up and do a small wave? No, I don't do that.
Okay. Yes. Let's see.
You guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Bit light, but we can hear you.
Well, not that good.
So they said there's a key card slot. Well, there's two dudes. Did you only search one? The other one is by us, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I guess I'll search the guy over by Laura.
Again, it's one purple.
There we go.
Nice.
Yes, absolutely. On the second guy, you're like, oh, it's because, and you pull it out of his chest pocket. It's right here. But you are starting to feel the strain of, oh crud. He had to look for the card. It wasn't on him. Now we have to look at the other body. It's keeping us in front of the cameras longer. There's that camera. Okay, and you take a point of strain.
Oh no, strain is something I cannot afford. Magic users hate strain. Okay, so I'm going to get Knock over here, motion over to him so he gets over here, and then we'll slide the key card in, see if the door opens.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You slide the key card and you watch numbers light up in order, and then you hear the bolt in the door unlock.
Okay, slowly pull it open and peek my bulbous head inside.
Cool. Peeking your bulbous head inside, make a perception roll for me. And this one's against two purples and a black.
Is it dark in there, I guess? I don't know.
It is pretty dark in there.
Oh.
And it's pretty bright outside, so unless you got some way to counteract that.
The
Oops,
toilet
sorry,
paper. I can go get it.
No, stop with the toilet, damn it.
I can make a torch. Is that your roll, Nick? Or Nicola, is that your
So 2 successes and a threat.
Cool. So you're looking into this new area, and you can see that there's it's looking into the open area of the rest of this loading dock on the inside, and you can see that from where you are, it is the lights are off in this loading area, and further down you can see a little bit of light, and it seems to be flickering just a bit.
Okay, I'll motion everybody to kind of slide inside since it's dark. Shut the door.
Yeah, Laura steps inside.
I'm going to officially draw my sword and shield and have it at the ready.
Oh, there you are.
Am I a lot louder now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, I fixed it. Whew.
Cool.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Yep.
Huzzah.
Sweet. So you are all going to be able to get in there easily. With that success, you're doing a great job. You see that you're going to be safe. You get in there quickly and easily, and the door goes click behind you. Again, outside of this area, you can see that there is some light outside of this dock. Looks like it's going through these large metal shelves just covered in stock on the far side of this room. And it seems like the way that it's put together, it forms a hallway with an exterior wall to the right and the rest of these large racks.
Does it look like cooking gear, or is it pretty obvious that that's just a front?
From here, it absolutely looks like cooking gear.
Okay.
Interesting. Yep, I've got my collar on my white lab coat pulled up high in front of my face, and I'm hiding behind Knock now that he's in here. Make sure I'm stealthily hidden behind him.
All right,
Okay.
so you are moving down this hallway and you're doing it stealthily?
That's the plan.
Yeah.
So then let's make a group stealth roll. And it is going to be versus two purples. You will get in your stealth roll, you already get a blue because of these racks. So figure out who has the highest agility, who has the highest stealth, and out after those two characters, if they're the same, if they're two different people, then you can add a blue. If they're the same person, you can add a blue for every person helping.
I just got 3 greens. That's it.
I got 2, so
Yep, I just got 2.
Okay.
I'm helping you.
3 greens.
I'll help
So
you
I
by
roll.
every time you take a step, I'll go shh, shh, shh.
So 3 green, 2 blue, 2 purple. Were there any blacks in there?
There were not.
Okay. I'm gonna roll before you can change your mind. Yes.
And you have 2 successes. You are
Yeah.
doing a great job as a group of being very quiet. In fact, looking at the roll, the blues offered absolutely no help, so it's all you controlling the way this went.
Okay.
You're like, step here, and they're like, okay.
Step where I step.
Right. So you're able to sneak around, moving very quietly throughout these natural hallways and these man-made hallways from these racks. And you're starting to hear voices. It's a little odd because the voices aren't coming from in front of you. It sounds like they're coming further into this maze of racks that have been created.
Okay. The voices are coming
Can
out
we
of
hear
the
it?
maze of racks. Okay.
Can we understand what they're saying, or is it
So
just like mumbles?
right now, it's enough for you to go. It's enough of a warning to let you know that people are here inside,
Okay.
and that you're getting closer to something. When you get closer, it's a spicy meatball. No.
Okay. I think we should try to stop them here. Like listen to what they're saying, and then kind of make a move on that.
Okay.
So just kind of eavesdrop.
So then, go ahead and you're not going to be able to make a group roll on this because you can't really help each other listen.
Yeah, would Neek have like in his magical repertoire? Would Neek be able to do something that would help amplify, like some kind of spell or ability, like whatever his ability? I can't, mechanical.
I'm looking at augment.
Yeah.
So flavor-wise, I make little gadgets and doodads, and they do spectacular things. But like mechanics-wise, I only have Arcana, and so I think we just kind of decided that, and that's fine.
Well, you've got
but Arcana. So I'm looking at augment, and augment is under divine and primal. So if like night vision or something would be augment, I would think.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to just think real quick. I can do barrier, attack, conjure, curse, dispel, and utility. So I guess let me look at utility.
Well, under conjure, it says it represents your ability for the spellcaster to animate objects or create items out of thin air. So the default is an easy, and
okay. So what if so? Let's see. What would it cost me to conjure a little like I don't know, some goggles or something to look through? Some night vision goggles.
one of you already has night vision goggles.
Oh, put on your night vision goggles then.
Who got the night vision goggles?
You got them off of the helmet from the bot.
I don't recall. Oh, I didn't remember doing that. But I will take them. Who? Or was it me?
Yeah, it was you.
Oh, okay. Well, that is cool. Okay. I'm sorry. I must have been at past my tired point when that happened because I don't remember. Okay, so night vision goggles. Okay, well, yeah. Then Knock would definitely put those down and be wearing those when we entered. Realizing if I had those going back to when we entered, I would have definitely pulled them over my eyes.
Yeah,
walking in the darkness. Okay.
Perfect. So, and we can even say that you already had them down with as great as your stealth roll was, and it was all you. You're over there going, "I got this. Follow me." And you go all Batman and say it in Batman voice, which is not your real voice, by the way. It's different.
Okay.
Why is your voice so low?
I am the low. Wait. No, okay. So you start looking through these goggles, trying to look deeper into this maze of racks, and you can see two guys that look similar to Nikola. And you can't even make out their full bodies. You see like their heads, and they're walking around each other, and then they go behind part of the rack that obscures their head, but you can see their white lab coats. And then they move around, and so you keep getting parts of them as you can see them, for at least where they are. But for the most part, you're not able to make out any noises. There seems to be even though the lights are flickering and it doesn't seem to be a lot of power going through this building, you still hear the hum of electricity, as if there is still more. There is still a lot of energy building through this building.
Okay.
So you can't tell what they're doing?
No, I can see people. Sorry, is that what you said?
They're like little blobs moving around.
You can see people, but you can't make them out in full forms because it's like looking through racks, a rack, and another rack.
So I kind of like give this signal, like I do, like point two fingers to my eyes, and then I point in that direction, kind of like letting them know that that's where they are. So like they're through those racks and trying to point out where I can see them. And then I guess we're just gonna try to sneak. Like I would think we'd try to get closer and try to at least hear what they're talking about, and maybe be able to glean some information off of them before rushing into anything crazy.
Wait, did he just say that? We're gonna.
Yeah.
Are you sure? There's actually a roll of toilet paper right there on the shelf in front of you.
Better on fire.
I do look at it and raise an eyebrow, and then she just like grin at
Nicola
me.
will just nope. It's not the toilet. Enough with the flame.
He's been away from the arena for too long.
I was gonna say that yeah, he's a little too focused right now on the task at hand. He's in Batman mode, you know, like he's really into this spy thing he's doing. He's feeling pretty cool. His goggles are making him feel pretty big, you know. He's like, yeah.
It's like Laura. Laura's reaching over and she's patting Knock on the back, giving him a nice rub.
Yeah.
All right. So, is it just going to be Knock? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'd whisper to them like, I'm gonna get closer and see if I can hear what they're talking. See if I can hear anything about this John study or the box. What's going on here? So I'd like whisper that in my lowish possible voice, and then yeah, sleek over there, slink over there.
Blink, yeah.
Stealth.
Yeah.
Yep. Make a stealth roll, and you're making the stealth roll versus a red and a yellow. Or excuse me, a red and a purple.
Red and a purple. That's nasty business. Can I get a boost die for my goggles? Can I keep riding that?
That would help you see. It wouldn't help you hide.
Would it help me pick my path? Huh?
Would it help you pick your path?
Yeah, you know, like I wouldn't trip over any bottles or canisters. I'd be able to
Make a. Are we playing with knowledge warfare?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay, then make just a. Let's see. Make a intellect check.
An intellect check. Okay. That's mean. That is mean.
2 purples.
Yes, this is worse. Okay. How do I reset this thing? Reset. 1 green versus 2 purple.
No, you are okay.
Yeah, I'm not very smart. And just to correct myself, I did have claws. I could have totally did what I was thinking. I got myself mixed up on who I was here. But okay, so my intellect fails me. I fail with a threat.
So that threat, you're over there going, all right, I can do this. And you're like, I'm going to do real big. And you start walking and you're moving forward and you're like, all right, goggles, don't fail me now. And you're looking around and you bump a rack as you're looking with the goggles. So there's just a faint sound of metal on metal. And you hear it loud and crisp. And you tense up real bad and watch them. And in that moment of freezing, you didn't make it very far. So your buddies hear you too. They don't hear you, and the stress causes you to take a point of strain.
Okay. Okay. So I didn't make it very far. I'm stressed out a little bit.
Roll for me.
Now I did a stealth roll. Okay. 1 red, 1 purple, green, green, green.
Green, green, green.
Hey, and I made it. Woo!
And a success. That's it. You are able to successfully stealth self up behind a rack.
So now I'm 1 rack away from them?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's near to them.
Yeah. So I should be able to hear them with my cat-like ears.
Right. And in fact, you can even see what they're doing. Completely now. It's great stuff.
Okay.
Cooking meth.
To give Nicola and Laura an idea, all he did was with how far everything was away, all he has done is move long range. Okay. He is now because of the rack, it's medium range because he's going to have to go around it. If he wants to try going through the rack to get to them, he's short range.
Okay.
So looking, you see these guys, and you see that on the back of their lab coats is a bright red R. They are one of the things that you know about the researchers is that they think that intellect makes right. It being smarter than someone is definitely going to make them better than someone. And if you're smarter, let them know that. So it keeps the ignorant riffraff away from them. So they wear these lab coats, and the higher ups wear these lab coats, and they have this big R on them so that you don't mix them up with other professionals, or at least self-proclaimed professionals. And then as you see them, they've got these tables all set up. And across these tables, it looks like there's just this odd device, and it seems like it has this lightning just arcing across to it, just sitting on top of this table. It looks like about the length of your arm in both directions, just coming toward the center on this ball. Off to the side, you can see that there's a small, like a furry critter with large ears and blackness around its eyes, caged off to the side, that seems to be fairly docile at this point. Across the room, you see two more guards that are similar to the guards from outside.
Okay.
And to your right, you see a couple of guards that look like they're from outside. And it seems like each of these 6 tables has a different project on it. And make a perception roll.
Okay, what is my perception?
This is versus a single purple.
Single purple, yellow, and 2 green. All dice are canceled out.
It turns out that by the time that you get all the way up there, they've stopped talking.
Okay.
They are now each of these these researchers have put themselves at 2 separate tables, and they are deep in their work right now. One of them working at a table that seems just to have like an odd locking mechanism that looks archaic. The only place that you would ever see something like that is in the slums, in the wretched parts of town, not anywhere even like lower middle class, or even someone who would be called poor. In the wretches is where you would find this kind of archaic lock.
Okay.
And the other one is actually at that table with the critter.
With the critter.
Doesn't seem to be actually doing anything to the critter. It just seems that it just, of everything on this table, this critter is what stands out on it. But he's working with other tools on the table.
Okay. I think at this point I would just go back the way I came and go and kind of relay the information to my folks.
Make a stealth roll.
Man, what was that? 3 green. Or is this just the normal, or is this the red and the purple again?
This is the red and the purple.
So same roll. I'm flipping a point on this one. Yeah.
Are you doing it to lower the red to a purple, or to raise one of your greens to yellow?
Ooh. I think I'm going to lower the red to a purple. That makes more sense.
Get a despair.
Yeah. So I'm going to, 3 green and the 2 purple. I'm feeling I got this information. I'm riding high and being like the success so far, being all stealthy and spy-like. So that's where the story point gets spent, as I'm feeling it's ready to go here. So 2 success and a threat. Okay. A little more stress.
No.
No. Okay.
As you start moving away, you've made it about halfway back to the group, and you can hear that they've started talking to each other again.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So I get back there, slightly annoyed because I can hear them talking and I know I missed it. And then I I just relay stuff to Laura and Nick about what's going on. And the stuff that I saw on the table, so the electricity, the critter, this weird old lock. There's like several tables. There's the 4 guards, 2 on either side, and the 2 scientists, and kind of how it's laid out. So I just kind of relay all that to you guys.
Nicole is very intrigued on about what they're working on the tables over there.
Mm-hmm.
Seems visibly excited about that.
Laura's also intrigued, but her face also has a bit of a confusion on it.
Yeah. Okay. So Neek is dressed up like a researcher in a sense, like he has a white lab coat, and kind of they kind of look like Neek, right?
Kinda. except for that
Yeah.
big red R on their back.
I need a coat.
Yeah, we need to find you a coat. When we came in, did we pass any like empty rooms? Wonder if we could find a coat like this hanging on a wall somewhere, or something red that we just paint on your back.
Some
If you
red
spend
tape.
the story point, you've got what you need.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, this is a lot.
I think it's worth a point to find out have a coat. Just there's one just hanging on a rack by one of the doors. Just someone left it there on their way out. Boom.
Okay.
And then you can go test your social skills.
Oh my God. What are my social skills? Oh, yeah, this should be horrible.
Did anybody spend the story point?
Oh, yeah.
I'll let Matt flip
I got
this
it.
one.
There we go.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
it.
Cool.
Okay.
So then what are the other two of you doing?
Laura is she's hanging back, just gonna watch see how it all goes down.
Yeah, I think I would like to move back up with him. So like I'm not sure exactly how you're gonna play it, Matt. But I'm assuming like you're gonna kind of just try to walk in there like you belong there. Is that kind of the game plan?
That's now that I'm dressed for the occasion.
Mm.
Yeah, I
You
own
can-
the place. So.
You can talk the talk. Yeah, so I think what Nock would want to do is he'd follow him up probably to like where he was before on the other side of that rack, so that he could be in close enough proximity to get in there if Nick gets into trouble. So
Okay.
that's kind of what I would be thinking I'd be doing. Like I'd have my weapons drawn and I'd be crouched on the other side of the rack and just be waiting in case things go south and Nick can't talk his way through this. And then I'd just be able to charge in there.
Gotcha.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna walk up, and the one that's fussing with the little critter, or they're talking to each other right now.
When you walk up, they turn and they go, "Oh, I didn't realize that someone would be coming to relieve us so soon." And one of the guys starts taking off his rubber gloves from in front of the lighting machine.
Yes, well, I thought I'd better get this over with.
Over with. My friend, you absolutely must understand that we have been working on this for 3 days. And of everything that has been happening, it has been incredible to believe that this has already had 2 sides finished. We had to do nothing. This is more valuable than anything we could have hoped to have found in generations. And even Samuel, and the other guy goes, "Yes, oh my, Samuel took care of a 3rd side. We are halfway there."
Well, it's a good thing I'm here, gents. You are relieved.
Yes, and please don't mess with this one. I have been working on this one with Travis. And the other guy goes, and please don't mess with this one. Myself and Kanono are on this one. Let's see. And who are you?
Travis.
Yes.
Oh no.
My name is Bartholomew.
Bartholomew. And you're watching them think. Go ahead and make a bluff check. And
Can I do deception?
Deception, yes. Make a deception check. And it's going to be versus 2 purples, but you're going to get a blue because they are already very likely because of your coat. You're getting a blue because of your coat.
Nice.
Okay. Cool. 2 successes and advantage.
And you watch them go, "Bartholomew, you must be new. Welcome, my friend." And you watch them both as they say, "Here, this is good for you to see." As they go, "Welcome, my friend," and you watch them touch their hands, touch their heart, and then touch their hand or their head to their heart to their hands, and then they bring their hands up in like almost like your thought to your spirit, to your book. And you do it to them as well, and you can see this just broad smiles of they are so pleased that you're here. And you look at them and go, wonderful. The guards over there are here for your protection. Don't worry, they are not going to hurt you. and no of those. Don't worry, it's all fine. They are here should anything happen to the research. You understand, we have to take care of our business. Nothing gets past the researchers, my friend.
I understand.
Yes. And then they say, farewell, and over there is, and then literally it's like, over there, and then you look and you're like, oh, there is literally like a lectern on a seventh table, and there's a light above it that is not flickering. It seems to be the only light in the whole room that's solid 100% of the time, and there's a notebook on top of it, and and they're like, remember, if you have any progress on any of the experiments, please write it down. Anything that we can use to help with the box will be appreciated. In fact, I think we only have a few more hours before it is time to trade it off again. So please work in haste.
Absolutely. I understand.
Farewell, Bartholomew.
Farewell.
And you watch the two
Fellas.
guys walk toward the front of the building.
Okay. So I'm gonna flip out my data pad and start taking pictures of all the different tables, all the different stuff on there.
Okay. As you start taking pictures of all the tables, the four guards in the room start looking at you weird.
It's for the research, dullards. And then I'll just start examining. So they told me not to work on this one, not to work on that one. So like one of the ones that I'm gonna work on.
Okay. Will you and Knock make vigilance checks, please? And this one's going to be against 3 purples.
Good night.
Success
Cool.
and a threat. Okay.
Oh, succeed. Nice. Knock, with that threat, though, you're going to take a point of strength because, I'll tell you in a second. And Nicola, they're going to get a blue die on their next roll on you.
Roll on me.
But who's they?
I am but a simple researcher.
Okay, you get a black die on your next roll versus them. And they Knock, that stress comes from, you hear them go, in the past 2 weeks, I haven't seen a single one of them start taking pictures. So you totally get the idea that these guards, they may not be like the greatest things in the world, but these guards have been a part of this for a while. And this is not, and your behavior of like, let me take pictures of this has kind of set them on edge.
Yeah, Knock notices that, like they kind of are stiffening up and looking at each other. Yeah. Okay.
Nicola, will you make a cool roll? This one's versus 2 purples.
How about a computer's roll or a mechanic's roll? Something I'm good at. Okay, 2 purples, got it.
And your 2 purples is going to have a black as well.
Oh, crap. Okay.
All right. So you're going to have 2 advantages and a failure. You are as soon as they are saying this, like you're taking the pictures, you're moving over, and you literally stop, and for a moment you look at them, losing your composure. But what would you like to do with those 2 advantages?
let's say that I see something on the table that I can immediately start working. Like I recognize some of the tools and some of what's going on here, so I can immediately start busily working.
Nice.
Like
So
putting together something.
nice. So you immediately look over and you're like, those two look like I do something with them, and regroup yourself before they have a chance to start talking to you.
Yeah.
So now that we've got the situation set up where Nicola is at the tables trying to gather information while still trying to look real chill about what's going on, that Nock is over there stealthily watching to make sure that nothing goes down bad, and Laura's going, somebody tell me what's going on.
Laura's like sitting there. She's just chilling. Really, she's taking in information. Just that's kind of what she's doing.
Oh, Nora, go ahead and make a vigilance roll for me.
All right, difficulty.
Difficulty is 1 purple and a black. Excuse me, 2 blacks because of darkness.
All right, 1 purple, 2 black. Gotcha.
Nice.
Success and 2 advantage.
Success and 2 advantages. While you're back there waiting on them, looking around, you're like, huh. And you see in everything over here that like there's a box that looks like it's fallen over, and on the side it says Davis's wares, but what's fallen onto the racks looks like bits and pieces of machinery. And is that a scope?
Ooh. So what? Since I have the 2 advantages there, perhaps I can reach it and grab it without like making too much noise.
Absolutely.
Just quickly go and like swipe it all and check it out.
Absolutely. And that can be put on a weapon.
Ah, awesome. Lip it on my pistol?
Maybe.
That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know.
Here, let's say it's a laser sight.
Ah,
Ooh.
yeah, that works perfectly.
There, so you can put that on any of them now. And so, Nicola, what's the goal?
Okay. So I guess my question to you is like, what am I what am I putting together? Because Nicola knows, but I don't.
Well, I guess what I want to know is, what do you like? What's your goal? What like so?
So I'm literally trying to figure out what it is this thing they're doing is, right? So I got a little bit of a clue. Like there are sides, so I assume this may be part of the box. So I'm trying to piece together like what are they doing? I recognize some of these tools, but I'm not 100% sure what it's for.
Okay, so based off of the information that you were sent by Baron, the box is about as big as your hand. And looking at all of these tables, there's stuff strewn across the entirety of each table. Even some panels that look as big as your torso. These are not part of the box, but it has something to do with the box. In fact, now that you've got a closer look, you see that like over here you've got something that looks a little magical in nature. Over here you got something that looks a little bit mechanical in nature. Over here you look like you've got a computer plugged into a bunch with a bunch of wires plugged into a bunch of different objects. It looks like they're studying a bunch of different aspects right now.
Okay. So maybe this is just like a research center for researchers. The box just, I don't know, just spitballing, I guess. Maybe it's just part of it, what they're doing here. But do I see anything that looks boxical in nature?
Oh, okay. Make a vigilance or make a perception check for me. And the perception check, this one is going to be, this one's going to be versus 3 purples. 2 purples and a black.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Success advantage.
So you can see that behind the guards on the far side of the room from Nock, there's a safe. on the rack right behind them, with the door facing toward the guards. The safe looks to be a little bit bigger than, like, about torso size, sitting on the shelf.
Okay. So let me see here. About how far away is that?
Oh, it's not too far. Medium range.
Okay. How far away is the notebook that's on the dais?
Short range in the other direction.
Okay.
I guess I should draw this one too, huh?
Do those guards that I see look similarly armed to the ones that we faced outside?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to mark out one of the tables.
No, you're good.
No worries.
And let's say here you go. Where's my mouse? There it is.
Okay.
All right. So NO is Nicola. There's Knock. There's Laura.
Mhm.
So here's two tables. We can say here's the critter table. Here's the electrical table with electricity. Here's you. The book is behind you on this table. Two guards. Two guards.
Okay. Now that line in front of me, if I came around the right side from how I'm looking at it, is that an opening? Like I could come around there and the guards would see me?
Like over here?
Like where? So there's the end and there's that line. No, the other side. Sorry. Is that an opening or does that continue
Yeah,
all
so-
the way across?
So this line is like a rack. Is one of the
Yeah.
racks.
Yeah.
So if
But
you
then-
come around the edge of this, there's a chance that
open.
you'll be seen.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. So if I had to rush those guys, I could go that way.
Mhm.
Okay. So what is our game plan, boys? Like we're trying to find out. We have the name John Study. We're trying to find this box, and basically we should get the box back to Cherry Candy. Like, that's our initiative. Or
That's the goal.
Our
Yeah.
goal.
But I
yeah.
think if there are other like interesting or beneficial things that we can discover here, we should probably take that opportunity. I think so. Here's what I'm thinking. The guards are already a little suspicious of me, so that might help if anyone else wanted to, like if I do something crazy and they come investigate me, that might cause an opening of some sorts.
Okay.
Because I kind of know where you guys are a little bit.
So are we gonna try to take these guards out? Is that like I'm trying to like decide like are we trying to knock them out, take them out so that we can have free roam of this room? Is that the goal?
I mean,
I'm all about getting in there, but like I'm Knox trying to resist right now, hold back. He's not wanting to jump the gun. But if the plan is to take them out, then I mean, hey, I can do that or try anyway.
so far it's worked. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So how about this? So how about I'm working on some kind of mechanism, and I'm not sure what it is, but I can kind of piece it together. So I'm gonna hold it up and look at it close and go, aha! And I'll put it back down on the table, and I'm gonna walk over to the notebook like I'm gonna start writing something down.
Okay. Nah, that's smooth. I like it. Okay. And then that would draw. I mean, their eyes would be on you. Okay. So you're gonna go over the notebook.
So you would have to make a roll to get their attention.
Okay. Well, Not necessarily. So I'm going to start. I'm going to look up to this book, and I guess what's in it.
This book as you're looking through it, you're seeing just notes over everything that's going on across all of these experiments, like experiments XE71 fail, and then it's like got the notes above it marked out where it just did not succeed. You see
Okay.
other parts where yada yada yada, and then further back in the book, just flipping through it real quick, you see one that says success.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to like start flipping through the book and see like if I can discover anything. Start rifling through this book on the table.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh, so so make a perception roll, and okay, tell me what you're looking for because
Well,
there's
that's the thing is I don't know what I'm just looking for. So I know a couple of these mechanisms, and I can kind of like understand the parts and stuff, but I don't know what exactly they're doing. So I'm looking for anything that's like, oh, we're building a bomb, or oh, we're building,
gotcha.
something to take over the mechs in the city, so we can take over the city or something, something like that.
Perfect. Go ahead and make that perception roll then as you go through.
Difficulty?
Difficulty of 3 purple.
Bah.
All right. So it's a failure, but you get 2 advantages. So flipping through this, you're like you are feeling the stress. You know that they're watching you. You are trying your best to make sure that you're being diligent and still doing it while not drawing attention to yourself. And so you're kind of flipping through it pretty quick, not wanting to spend too long on a page, and doing that, it's not really giving you enough time to find what you're looking for in there. But with those 2 advantages,
Yeah, maybe I realize one of the successes is one of the tables that is in the room. So I'm gonna go so I can check that out, I guess.
nice. Okay, so one of the tables in the room that you can see with all of the arcane mechanisms on, or not arcane, sorry, archaic mechanisms. It looks as though they are trying to find every way that they possibly can to open a lock without breaking a machine, without having to hack into it, without having to use magic.
Okay. I guess I'll go over to that. This is, but yeah. So I'll just go over there. I mean, I feel like I'm just walking around, not really doing anything, but um, as long as they're gonna let me rummage around their stuff, that's cool. I'm down.
The longer that you rummage around, the more that they are really focusing on what you're doing, because you worked on something a little bit, then went over to the book and started flipping through the pages, and now you're just kind of moving around, looking at stuff. And
Yeah. I'm not super concerned with them like attacking me because I'm pretty confident. That may be misplaced, obviously, but
Yeah. I think that we should just like throw everything into a bag and just get the heck out of here. Like no, I think that's
but I think what's in the safe behind them is what we're here looking for. So we got to get past them.
okay. Well, yeah. Then I think that's kind of the move. Let's just let's spring the trap. Like they don't know that Laura and I are there.
Okay.
So maybe like I kind of signal to her, like get her attention because I'm assuming she's watching us.
Yeah, she's watching.
So I give her the signal to come up, and then maybe we whisper about like, okay, like I'm gonna go to these guys. You start shooting. Let's just get this over with.
So Laura, she walks up and she nods as you speak, and then her her gaze immediately shifts to the electrical table.
Hmm.
Because being afflicted, she's drawn to electricity and technology of that sort. Sure. Then she kind of has to shake herself out of it a moment, and she's like, "Oh yeah, let's do that."
Okay. Yeah. So like, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So then, if we're about to go after this plan, let's take a 5-minute break and then run right into it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. See you in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Just let me know when you guys are back, and we'll roll initiative.
I'm ready to go.
Cool. If you want to go ahead and roll initiative, I'm down.
I'm back.
So because in this scenario, we're kind of springing a trap, like we're jumping out and attacking them, is that going to be cool?
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's going to be awesome. Not just cool.
Nice. I'll give you a blue dice on your initiative for that. That's beautiful.
Nice. I think that's me then. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't roll it with initiative, though. Cassava.
You don't got to roll again. It's okay. I'm so far. You're definitely like ahead of everybody else who's rolled. Cool. There we go.
Very cool.
So you've got two PC slots, and then NPCs, then a PC slot.
All right. You guys mind if I take this first slot?
Do it up.
All right. So, gonna quick draw to take out my pistol as an incidental. Then Laura's gonna lean out from the racks, aim, and fire at the two guards on the left of the room.
Okay, let's do it like this: the two guards at the safe, or the other two guards.
Oh yeah, the ones at the safe.
Okay, so those are the ones that are all the way across the room.
This is long range?
They're medium.
Oh, it's easy then. Okay.
Yeah, but I can hit them.
Medium range
got
is
it.
2 purples.
Yeah.
No sweat.
No.
I jinxed it.
Bullet hits the table instead.
You watch as that, like your shot, you're like, yeah, I got this, and you aim real good and go, and it just goes right past his head.
Oh yeah, like the laser sight too. It's like right in the middle of his forehead, and then just zing into the wall.
She didn't even put on the sight yet. Is the thing.
Oh, okay. That's the problem.
That's what it is. The laser sight sticking out of your pocket, aiming at something else. You're like, got it, that.
I forgot to turn it off. Oopsie.
Oh man, that's
Whatever
funny.
that was aimed at, you totally nailed it. It was like you missed the guard, though.
Like Laura has like this look of like oops on her face. And then she like goes and like tries to click off the laser sight so she doesn't get distracted.
It's awesome.
That's funny.
But yeah, that's my turn.
So next PC.
As
Okay.
the part of the ambushers, I think I'll go. Is that cool, Matt?
Yeah, because I have no idea you guys are doing this. I'm
Okay.
looking at stuff.
Just a shot whizzes by your head, and I come running out. So I'm going to go for the other two. How close am I to them?
You're going for the other two, the ones that aren't at the safe?
Yeah, they were by the door, I think, or the ones that were close to me, I think, right? Come around that corner.
Yeah, from that corner, they're going to be at medium range, or they're going to be at. If you'll move to the end of that, they'll be at short range from you.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to come out. If they're short range from me, is that what you're saying? Sorry. Yeah.
From where we had you on the map, you're going to be medium range because you can't go through the shelving. So if you go around, then that puts you at short range from the end of that shelf, and then you could go to engage.
Okay, I'm going to double maneuver it then. So I'll do my maneuver, my fleet of paw to engage. So I just come whipping around. I already have my weapons drawn. I did say that earlier because I was ready.
Yep.
So I just come ripping around. This time I can actually use a sword. So I got 2 yellow and a green because I updated that baby.
All right, and they have melee defense.
Okay.
So it's just going to add a black.
Okay, so a black 2 purple. And do I got anything else I can whip out here? I don't think so. Okay. That looks good. Yeah, 3. So
All right.
it's
Go
my
for it.
3 on the sword, 3, 6, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage.
Nice.
Yeah, so he sees Laura kind of like step out from the side and take a shot, and before he even knows where the shot, like how it turned out, he saw her move, so he just starts going. He comes run around the corner at an angle, sword and shield drawn, and before they can even react, he's just on the one guy, runs them through. I'm not sure if I can kill him or not, but
You absolutely kill one of them.
Oh yeah, so he just kind of like right through the side of the rib cage because he's like they're standing on like facing forward, so he just right into the ribs, slides the sword out, and then he's ready to go for the next guy.
All right. So NPCs, and this is going to get nasty. Seeing how you just did that, you watch the one remaining there. He is going to use a maneuver to go from engaged to short, and he's using that, and he's going in the direction of the other 2. The other 2 use a maneuver to go from medium to short range of you. So now they're a group of 3, and they're firing at you.
Okay, shield up. I have 2. Oh, it's a range defense. I have 1 range defense.
All right. Oh. So they have 1 success on you.
Okay.
That 1 success comes out as 7 wounds.
I have 4 soaks, so that would give me 3 damage. Okay. So that puts me to 4 wounds.
Next PC slot, Nicola.
Okay.
All of a sudden, these like gunshots firing. You're like, "What's going on?" And then you see your friends, and then you see somebody come up from behind you and standing beside you, and they're shooting beside you.
So the guard is right next to me?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try and I'll just pull a little capsule off my belt, and I'll stick it on him, and it'll so it's basically an attack, but it'll just electrocute him.
Okay, I'm gonna upgrade your check. Spend a story point for it. I spent a story point for it.
Okay. Get back to my doohickey. So so it's against how much? So like a 1 purple, 1 red.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Nice. 2 successes, an advantage, and a triumph. It don't get much better than that.
So I'll do 4, 5, 6 damage plus advantage plus triumph.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He scared me. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah. Zap.
What would you like to do with that triumph?
Oh man.
You can use a triumph to automatically drop one of the minions. Because meaning that it works like a critical hit, so it just immediately drops one of the minions.
Yeah. Seems good.
Cool. And I'll even be nice and drop one of the ones who has all their life.
I like it. So there's only 1 left?
There's 2, because there were 3 remaining. His 6 points of damage hit the one that was left over from you, and that means it's still standing there with that 1 wound left, holding on for dear life, and the other one has full.
So
Okay.
Arced off of him and onto the other person. That's pretty
Yeah.
Sweet.
You were like, yeah, onto him. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, wow, that really got him. Like, let's say, like he was too close to the electrical table, and so when all of a sudden he gets that arc, all of a sudden it draws the rest of the electrical energy around him toward him.
And then for my maneuver, I will get under the table.
I am hiding. Get away. Perfect. PC. Nicola's like, I'm taking it, and I'm going to continue to crawl. Just go.
I think like just narratively, Nock was like super excited by that, so he's just like, "That was awesome, Nick." He's just fired right up.
Take the slot.
You or me, Josh? I'm good running in there and slapping more people, or if you want to try to recover from your shameful miss there. You know?
I'll let you take this one, man.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, this is all happening so fast. Like I ran that first guy through, the other guy backs up, they're all firing. Neek zaps these guys, drops one. So they're at short range to me now because he backed up one maneuver, right?
Correct.
Yes, I'll just spend. Nock's gonna line up the shot with his first, like he's gonna aim in a sense for like melee. I always find it weird describing aiming with melee, but like he just really he lines up where he's gonna hit this guy, targets. He uses his fleet of paw to take that maneuver in to close the gap, and then I'm gonna swing away.
Perfect.
So 2 yellow, a green, 2 purple, and a blue.
Jeez.
Man, and I get nothing. So I just, he's too eager. He's like, you get the first kill. He's all amped up with Neek, and he comes running in with this swing, and the guard's able to just kind of slide out of the way, and yeah, it doesn't connect. Shoot.
Nice. Next slot, PC.
All right, I'll take this slot. So I'll use my my maneuver as Laura starts to move around the racks and head into the room. So that puts her at short of the of the guards, and she's gonna just fire again with her pistol, hoping not to miss this time.
All right, you're gonna upgrade one of those purples to a red since they're engaged with engaged with Nock.
All right.
You know what? Are you shooting at short or medium still?
Short.
Short. Okay.
Yep. So 1 red.
Oh, thank goodness.
Phew.
I mean, it would be pretty funny for Laura to shoot Nock. I'm not gonna lie, but
Oh my god.
it's happened like probably a dozen times in our relationship. So like,
Probably has like, oh, you got in the way. Well, sorry.
yeah.
I really want to know what your go-to response is when you get shot. Cool.
Oh
So
man.
how many
So
rolls is that, Laura?
that's 7.
7. All right, you drop one of them. There's only one of them left remaining.
Oh yeah.
Then I will recover a strain as she's relieved that she actually hit something this time.
Yeah, absolutely. What happens now, though, is you hear, "Hurry up and get in here! We're being attacked!"
Typical.
And the one that's remaining will move from engaged to short and move from short to medium and gets a little bit of cover from one of the racks. So ranged attacks against him are going to have a black dice on it.
Mm.
Next
And
piece.
I will be right back, guys. I'm sorry.
No problem.
No worries.
Neek.
Okay. So the guy who's running away,
Yeah.
I'm going to. So there's one running away, and there's more coming potentially.
Yep.
Okay. So oh man, I'm going to give Nock a barrier.
Sweet.
Cool.
So it will. Let me see. It just reduces damage. So it's easy, but it reduces damage by by 1 for every 2 uncanceled success.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
Nice. So you will
reduce damage by 1.
reduce damage by 2, right? For uncancelled successes?
So, yeah. So for barrier, page 216 of the Genesis, it says default difficulty is easy.
For
If the
every
check is successful until the end of the character's next turn, reduce damage of all hits target suffers by 1, and further reduce it for every uncancelled 2 successes.
2
So
successes.
2 total.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that'll be 1 because you have to. The first one counts as a success.
By 1. Okay, fair enough. Yep.
For every uncancelled 2 successes beyond the first.
Beyond the first.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. So you reduce wounds by 1, and you can choose to suffer 2 strain or 1 wound with that threat.
Oh man. Yeah, I'll have to do 2 strain, so that's 4 total. No, you know what? I'll do
No,
I'll do the 1 wound. Yeah.
There's a break after this next game. We're good.
Yeah. Well, it's like, so narratively, I give him the barrier, and then I knock something off the table. It falls on my arm. Ah, dang it!
Nice.
Yeah. So how do you cast a barrier? Like, is it another device that you're like
Yes.
whipping out
So
in front of me?
there's always I have belts and pockets.
Yeah, yeah.
And I pull a handkerchief out of my pocket and I wad it up and I throw it at your foot, and it sticks to you and wraps you up in like a bluish barrier.
Yeah, and that Knock he's just grinning, he's in the middle of combat, he's smiling, he's like, man, I love it when you do this kind of stuff. And he just feels like the barrier come onto him, he's just amped. Yeah.
So then, top of the next round. Go ahead.
So hold on. For my maneuver, can I move close to that safe and just start taking a look at it?
Sure.
All right.
You'll be able to get to that safe, and let's see. If you're actually going to start doing that, it's going to take an action for you to. It's going to take your action to focus in on it to get a good look.
Next turn. Yep, that's fine.
Perfect.
And because Josh is still AFK, I will just attack the last dude there.
Go for it.
So it's gonna look a lot like the last round. I'm gonna take that aim. I'm gonna take that time to line it up, and this time I'm gonna lunge in with that on my fleet of paw. So it should be basically the identical roll. 2, 1, 2, 1. But this time I nailed it. Oh,
jeez.
He did. He did.
Absolutely, he did. Absolutely, he did.
Love it. Okay. So yeah, narratively, Knock has that barrier on, and he rushes in, slides on his knees, and just hacks this guy. He kind of does a flip around and like has a backslash to the guy's knees. The guy topples forward, and he flips the blade around and just plunges it through his back, finishes him off, and then does a cool little flippy thing with the sword.
Flippy thing.
With the triumph, can I try to use that as like a story point in a sense for something to do with the safe? Like it's easy access. Maybe like the combat was like they didn't spin the dial, so it's actually still unlocked. The door's closed, but like it's not locked. Or
remember, there might be guys coming.
Yeah, that's true. But if we can grab that safe, if it's open, then we can just like open it up, grab the stuff, and haul tail. Otherwise, we have to like try to crack the safe with all these dudes coming in, maybe. So like if I story point it, like triumphant moment here, and like it's just like the handle's just open, and so when Matt gets to it, he's like clink. Oh, look at that, and then we can.
That's more how a story part works rather than a triumph.
Triumphs aren't they kind of like on par in a sense, or is that
No, because a story point you can use like it completely changes the narrative, whereas the triumph there's more option. It's more focused in combat. For instance, like anything that an advantage can do, the triumph can do, but you can also upgrade difficulties of next checks, upgrade your abilities of an allied characters, do something vital. So, like, it gives an example of shooting the controls to a nearby blast door to seal them shut.
Yeah, okay. But that's kind of like a narrative, like
right. But
okay.
But it's not an insta get around a puzzle.
Okay. I've always kind of read that.
How about maybe we find the combo on the guy?
That works.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay, that works. Yeah, so then we the last guy drops, and it's just really noticeable. Knock like rifles through and finds the combination in his pocket. For some reason, this guard has that safe combo, and Are we still going to be? We're still waiting for this next group potentially, so we're still in combat mode.
Yes, you are still in initiative.
Okay, so I've spent all my actions. Would it be incidental to toss that to him, or would that be an action or a maneuver?
That would be like a maneuver. So let's just you can even say that, hey, you kill this guy. When you kill him, he falls over, and then a piece of paper just flies out of his pocket on the ground. And you're like, hey, that's got numbers on it.
And I can just maybe read them out to Matt or to Neek. Just be like, hey, it's 5278.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Beep boop beep boop.
So I'm assuming you're going next, Neek?
Yep.
Nice. All right. So you punch in those numbers, you turn that handle, and when you turn it, there's no sound, and it feels just a little bit stuck. What do you do with this?
I'm going to look around the edges, see if there's anything I can see blocking it, maybe.
It looks as though when you've turned the handle. Cool. So do this for me. Let's see how much of it I can tell you exactly. Roll that perception roll. And it's going to be 1 purple, 2 blacks. Cool. You've got an advantage.
Sort of.
You don't have a success. So what you can see, like, you get the basic of you turn it, and it's turned, and it hits where it's as far as it should turn, and you're holding it there, and you're looking at it going, there's something else to it. And you're sitting, and as you're looking there, and with that advantage, as you're holding it looking there, you start hearing beep, beep, coming from the safe.
Mm-mm.
Uh-oh.
Was that my 2 threat?
I'm going to pull out my data pad and try and scan it and see if I can figure out. Because is it a mechanical lock or is it like a computer lock?
And it seems like it's a combination of both.
Okay. Yep. So I'm going to pull out my data pad real quick and try and scan it and see if there's something I can interface and try and hack it or mechanical it. Or
make a mechanics check for me. And since you're looking for a way to get around this, like, are you like, okay, you're looking for a way to get around this? This specifically is going to be 3 purples.
Okay.
You got this.
Okay, there we go.
You're like, good. I accept.
3 successes, a threat, and a triumph.
Yeah. So.
Wow, that's your second one, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, like in a row. So absolutely, looking at this thing, you're like, oh, okay, got it. What you were doing should have worked. Absolutely. And you're like, what's the deal with it? So the problem, the reason it didn't work, has nothing to do with the mechanics part of it. It definitely is something about the software part of the locking mechanism. With that Triumph, you can use it to figure out what it was.
Yes, I will. I will do that.
Absolutely. As you're scanning it, you actually turns out you recognize this model of safe uh, from whether you've had to break into them before or you actually have owned one or you used to help build them. Um, the beeping is a deterrent to try to like a car alarm that really will do nothing but go off for a while. When in all truth, after 4 beeps, um, if you've held the handle for the whole time, it unlocks.
Oh, it's a good thing I didn't move. Hide under the table again. Okay, so I'll wait. I'll wait for the 4 beeps since I'm like, oh, that's you know what I did in college. This is what I had. Yes, I remember now. I
Yes.
remember now. This was
Nice.
under the lockbox in the library, so I get it. Yep. I'll
Nice.
do that and crack it open.
And as you crack it open, 2 more guards show up. And,
Okay.
and they're at long range. And since they from where everything is still set up and you're standing over one of the bodies, knock, they are going to both fire at you.
Okay. So did they just like come through a door? Like where did they enter the room from?
They entered the room from the far side down this way between these shelves, and it looks like in the direction you're like, I wonder if these are the 2 guys from the front.
Okay.
Oh, of course.
Okay. So they're shooting at me. Let's do this. Range defense of 1. I have a melee of 2. I wish people would start trying to attack me with some melee, you know? Come
I will keep that in mind. I will start
Okay.
making lots of melees happen.
on.
You know what? Magically, they appear right in front of you. Here we go. No.
Yeah, exactly. Teleported in.
Wow. There you go.
Oh,
That is a beautiful roll. Beautiful.
I've never seen so many X's in a single roll before.
For you listeners, yeah.
That's 5 failures
That seems good.
and 2 advantages. With those 2 advantages, they are you watch them get some space behind one of the racks to give you a black on your next attack against them.
Okay.
Laura.
all
There you
right.
are.
So, yes, I've been here. All right. So, seeing the 2 guards come in and shoot at Knock, Laura will whip around with her pistol and she'll fire.
They're long range away.
Long range away.
So
Hmm.
you can use 2 maneuvers to get into medium.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
You're like, I'm going to make this work.
That's what I will do.
Yeah, and they are specifically hiding from Knock because they're like, he's killing everyone. So
Yeah.
you're easily in there. They're easily in your line of sight.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And you watch as it literally, you are like, draw a bean on their head, and literally, as you're pulling the trigger, one of the packages goes and absorbs the hit right before it would hit him in the head.
Oh man.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm gonna yell back and like, get that scope on that gun.
Well, I would have if I had like 5 more minutes.
You're back at the top of the round. You want to do it again, Laura?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's getting mad at this point.
You know you're a magic user. I'm just putting that out there. Whatever.
Yeah, that's like secret magic.
She is a mag user, but she doesn't use it often because if she does use it, she'll get like arrested and like yeah.
We are alone in a factory and you're pissed off though. I mean,
I like it that she doesn't use it. I think it's fun.
This is decision time.
You infuse your gun, like just and do some kind of wicked blast.
Well,
I thought about
does
that one time.
Does
That'd
the
be
glove
cool.
shoot stuff?
The glove, the glove is more of an implement that helps with conjuring the magic itself.
Oh, okay.
She does have it on though, but she just refuses to use it right now. She's being stubborn.
Fair enough.
Typical Laura.
Yeah. So
Classic.
gonna gonna take a maneuver to get into short. Short. Then she'll fire again.
Gotcha. You can do it. There you go.
There we go.
So fires and she hits one. So that's 7 damage.
The one that you hit is barely holding on for dear life, but the other one is still strong.
And then with the advantage, she'll pass on a boost die to the next person.
Okay.
Got it. Next.
What are you doing over there, Neek?
I'm grabbing whatever's in the safe.
If
So
Neat goes first, that blue dice gets wasted.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
I'm just wondering, like, are we ready to vacate the premises, or we gotta take these guys down first? Like, are we running or are we fighting?
You know what? I kind of have an idea if we want to do that, but I still need to spend an action to get stuff out of the safe.
Yeah,
But I can
okay.
spend an action right now to do something else.
I mean, there's one in a sixth of a man left, so like one guy's about to drop, another guy's there, but they're long to me, right? So like I can't even get to them to try swinging yet. Like I'd be able to get to short range, but I wouldn't be able to attack anybody. Because it takes 2 maneuvers to get to medium and then 1 to get to short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I could get close. I just wouldn't. I would draw their fire though, more than likely. So
Shoot.
yeah. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I got it. Okay, so I gotta read this skill. I picked up a talent challenge. I just can't. It has to be short range. It's a maneuver. Yeah, there's no way to make it work mechanically. Damn. I can take my action as, no, that wouldn't work. It'd be 3 maneuvers. Yeah, damn. Okay. I was gonna think I could get up there and challenge them so they have to attack me, but I'll just run at them because, yeah, we're not ready to go yet. And so not just gonna book down the hallway, get into short range, shield up, ready to go.
Gotcha.
But then I wasted that boost die too, though. Crap.
The 2 that are left are going to turn, and they are going to try to shoot you. Is that barrier still up?
No, it ends at the end of his next turn, so that was the previous turn.
Gotcha.
Okay. I got 1 range defense.
And you're at short range now?
And I'm at short range now. Make an easier target.
Going around the corner, the shoot, and a success. It's 7 wounds.
So I take 3 damage again because I got 4 soak. Okay.
They're doing their best, and they're like, yeah. And then they're going to scoot back, use a maneuver to go back one more range.
So medium.
Now they're at medium from you.
7 of 12. I'm getting up there. Yikes.
PC. Neek.
Okay. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do, or what I want to do, and tell me what to roll.
Okay.
I'm going to take out a little vial from the pocket in the back of my coat, and I'm going to throw it to where Knock is. So however far away that is, and it's going to create like a smoke screen.
I played this wrong. I shouldn't have ran up there. I should have just stayed hunkered down. That was a bad move.
So
Are you in melee range with him?
Well, now they're like, I'm at medium with them. So like, I'm like long from you and they're medium from me. So like and so now I've kind of put myself in a bad spot because if we have to run, I've had a lot of distance to cover. I should have just stayed there. Oh well, what are you gonna do?
So yeah, it's a long ranged whatever you're doing.
So that would add what, 2 purple?
What spell are you attempting to use?
Conjure, which is a base of 1. And then adding range is +1.
And conjure, make something appear.
So that's what I was going for. I didn't know if conjure,
Engage.
because conjure specifically says like you can make an object.
Yeah.
Fog is a type of object.
I think conjure is more for more corporeal objects, more tangible things than smoke.
What's your goal? Like, what do you?
My goal is to provide cover for our escape. So I can do that, throw it over there, and then they can retreat. I can grab the stuff, and we all leave. Smash and grab is kind of our MO, I noticed.
Okay. Sure. Then let's just say, yeah, you can do that and provide some cover. Like, you could just easily say, I conjure, like, you've got all these racks around here. I conjure another rack right in front of them.
Okay.
So engaged, so short, medium, long, it's going to be 4 purples.
Yo.
Oh, God.
Story point this thing. This is epic. This is our escape moment. Destiny.
If I story point it, will it give? It would just be 3 purple.
You could use that to downgrade it to 3 purple. Yeah.
Is it worth it?
I don't know.
Because basically the barrier will provide cover for us, and they wouldn't be able to get past.
I think it's worth it.
Or the rack or whatever.
We gotta get out of there. Yeah.
All right, I flipped.
Spend it,
I flipped it. Boom.
baby.
There we go.
Nice.
3 success,
Yes.
2 threat.
Nice. Those 3 success, absolutely. With those 2 threat, you're gonna take 2 points of strain.
Oh man, don't max out. Don't max out.
I know. I think narratively, it seems like maxing out would mean I'm out of stuff. Like I can't do anything else, and I'm like freaking out a little bit.
If you get to over 14 strain, you knock yourself unconscious.
I can't handle not having any more gadgets, and then I fall down.
It's like, what is it? That old popsicle commercial? The colors, Duke. The colors.
Yeah, I just fall down.
Cool.
Okay, so I think whatever that does for us.
Cool.
Now we run.
And with that, if you're planning on running with that barrier up, we can fall out of combat. You guys can take what you need to grab. Each of you gets 1 beat to do something as you run away.
Okay.
Okay.
So Neek, I assume you're just reaching into that safe, taking everything and running.
Yep, I'm grabbing everything that's in there and filling up my pockets, and we're rolling out.
Got it. So to give you a better idea of what you're seeing in there for sure, in there is this cloth wrapped around something, and there seems to be like an extra. There seemed to be a pouch as well.
It's mine now.
The stuff on the tables, like, is it important? Do we want to grab as much of that as we can, or is it like the safe is the stuff that we're after? Like, we don't even know what we're after
on the table.
Or remember, you're running away.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have a lot of time to think about it or to plan it now.
Yeah. For my beat, I grab my equivalent of a cell phone or whatever kind of communicators we use in this setting, and I hit Ron's. He's number 1 on my speed dial, so I dial up Ron. I'm like, get in the car here. So I call up Ron and tell him to get there. He knows me and us, so he's probably been like circling and like he hasn't gone too far. So
sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you hear when you hear that, you hear, "Rrrr!" All right, see you soon, same place.
Yeah.
And then click as he hangs up on you.
Okay. Nice.
And Laura,
Laura, she doesn't really have anything to grab, so she's just gonna try to make her way to the
Grab
exit.
those
the nearest
electrons. Those electrons you were eyeing up.
Yeah.
there's like you've got a story point. If you are like, it'd be really cool to have and what they could easily have on them, spin that story point. Like you guys, with the way that you kind of are talking to each other a lot, something that could be handy are like communicators.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, that would have been so good.
I mean, and one of the guards did go, "Get in here."
Very true.
Yeah, so they do have them. So might as well. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll probably reach around, see if I can grab their.
Absolutely. There's 4 dead guards on the floor right now.
Yeah, just go and scoop up their their communicators, their little earpiece, whatever they have.
Sweet.
Perfect.
Should have got these a long time ago.
You guys go running full speed. At about the time that you get to where Ron dropped you off, all of a sudden chariot pulls up, and you can watch the horse head at the front pull up just a little bit. That door swings open. You jump in. As you start driving, it closes itself, and even as you turn around, you see one of the suppression force, one of the bots, come running up, looking around, look at the chariot,
Oh no.
look down the alley, and run down the alley.
Whew. And I just like hand on Ron's shoulder. I'm like, I owe you, Ron. You are the best.
And when you put your hand on Ron's shoulder, you feel there's a dampness there, and he's like, this ain't good. I don't like it when the suppressors get anywhere near onto me. Just, bad blood between me and them, buddy. But, holy crap, you guys. You did something else again. I want to know, but, for the sake of sanity, I don't want to know. Yeah! And it drives you to your home. And that's where we'll go ahead and stop as it zooms on down, getting you guys back to your hideout to keep you safe for yet another mission. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Oh my. Well, thanks a lot. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks where I'll get to play.
So
XP?
XP, let's see. Last time we said 20 a game, right?
I think it's the
Yeah, I
30.
think so.
For this one, because you finished the little story that I had for you guys, let's make it 25 because you accomplished the main goal.
What did we do here? I got 25 experience last game.
Did we do
That's
any
what I
of the
have.
stuff like name the moment, or did we do any of that?
I don't think so, but I have 25 on my tracker. That's it.
Okay, well then let's just do 25 again.
Sure. Okay. That works for me.
Perfect. And so that you guys know, while you're driving away, Neek, you're the one who, as everybody's just relaxed, Neek, you're like, what is this thing? And this box, when you get to it and you look at it, you see that it is just a 6-sided box about the size of your fist. And on each side, as you're looking at it, it has some sort of lock on each face, 3 of which have already been unlocked.
Okay. So, if you have to go right away, that's cool. I just wanted to talk about. So now that your arc's over, we're gonna have a 2-week break here. I think I'm running the next game. I think that's the order, but we can double check that. If it's not, it's cool. But I think that's what we had talked about.
I can check. Hold on.
Because it was supposed to be Will, and I think I said I'd go after Will, but I can't remember 100% now. I don't have that folder open. But anyway, you left us on this pretty interesting cliffhanger. But they're kind of like, we're going to have like 6 months in between stories. Or time's going to have passed. So like, we're just going to assume that we got this box to Candy Cherry because that's what our job was, and then like we're gonna meet up with Baron later, not like
Well, so what I did for it is I kind of left it like that, and Baron's like, I think this would be good to get us back in her graces, but
yeah,
we could just as easily be like, this is really interesting, and we're gonna hold on to it because maybe over that time, whoever goes next, I purposefully left
yeah,
3 sides open so that whoever's running could go, cool. It's gonna take whatever you're good at to open it if you wanted to. And each guy could be like, here's the puzzle that I want to present, and it's this face of the box. So everybody has a chance to kind of control what this box is. And then, but Cherry Candy, remember, she didn't tell us to do any of this.
yeah.
This is something that Baron was like, I think this will help us, my friends. And should we endeavor, like, we did this and we kind of did it all on our own work. And if we wanted to send a note to Cherry Candy, if that's how you wanted to go with it, if you wanted to be like, you know what? Cherry Candy exists when Jim runs. We just like I'm thinking of like the Legends, Star Wars Legends series. Like when they do the big series, if you read something with Aaron Alston that was guaranteed to have X-Wing combat, period. That's what he's excelled at. Or if it was with Karen Travis, she was all Boba Fett. That's what she's going to be good at. And so even though the story arc is one big long line, Aaron Alston in his book includes X-Wing, a lot of it. This other one include. So we might have this story of, I don't know if you want to make it the box or however we want to look at that. And maybe Cherry Candy is something that I bring into the game and everybody else does something different. Or even like the suppressors. Maybe the suppressors are my thing. And so as we progress our story, I kind of expand on what the suppressors are doing. So
Yeah, because I had kind of thrown together some ideas. I got a rough outline for what I want to do, and I was gonna use like Cherry Candy as like we're here because like we're back in the graces, and this is the task. I can work around. I mean, I can play with it, and we can talk in the chat too, and just kind of bounce ideas. But yeah, I mean, I can work with that too. Like I can tie in a side of the box as a part of why we're doing what I wanted us to be doing. So I mean, it's not hard for me to adapt that in there either. I'll chew on it for a bit.
cool.
I don't want to just I don't want to just discard it, but it could always be something too like that. We could always come back to it any time. But yeah, like you said, multiple storylines. Like we're always running around doing crazy things, different missions, different jobs, and then the box could always be like an overarching thing too. So yeah. But you did an awesome job, Jim. It was great. I thought you did like a lot of work. I thought there was great detail and ideas in there. I'm feeling a bit nervous that I have to follow it because I'm pretty inexperienced. So I'm like, oh, man, he brought so much to the table. He had letters and pictures. Man, okay. Gotta up my game.
Cool.
No,
Well,
fun. I appreciate it.
Yes, really enjoy it, guys. I really like playing with you guys.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yep, it's been great.
I'm gonna go to bed because I've still got more school in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm already in week 2, so I will see y'all around.
Okay, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Yep, see you
Later, fellas. Bye.
Bye. Hi, Josh.
Yep, see you.